Hey, welcome back. These are my 5 tips to help run a faster 5K park run. This was the latest one that I did, which is at my local course, which is East Grinstead, which is it's a hard course. There's 760 park runs in the country, I think there currently is, and this is at number 693. So it's pretty far down there in terms of one of the hardest ones. Number 1 is Pegwell Bay, which is supposed to be the easiest one, and the most difficult one is supposed to be Great Yarmouth North Beach. But yeah, these are my 5 tips to hopefully help you smash some PBs on your next park run. So first of all, I would try and incorporate some speed sessions into your weekly volume. So if we look at the week before this park run here, first one I did was some intervals. These are random ones, but sometimes I'll do, say, 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off speed session. So if we look at the actual workout, you can see the high intensity areas of the workout there, showing the intervals, which was a great way to test how fast your legs can actually go over a shorter period of time, and then have a bit of a breather in the 2 minutes after each of the intervals. So yeah, I'd recommend intervals, which are a really great speed session. And then maybe the next couple of days, the week before the park run, it's probably quite good to do like a tempo run as well. So find a nice flat course, ideally on road, do a warm up, and then maybe do a 5-mile distance tempo run with a cool down to follow, and try and do the tempo run maybe around your 5K pace. And in this case, we can see on the workout, the tempo run there, this was 4.41 miles, but something around that's probably quite good. It's a little bit longer than the 5K, and you're going at 5K pace. So that's going to test your legs going nice and quick, especially after the interval session a few days before. So that is going to that. So the next thing I'd recommend for the park run would be early night the night before, and generally if you get a good night's sleep, you're obviously going to feel better the next morning and hopefully be ready for that 9 o'clock start. And so yeah, number 2, early night, sleep well. Number 3, I would recommend saving breakfast until after your park run, so you're not running on a sort of full stomach. And so usually I'd maybe just have a cup of tea when I wake up, and maybe something really small, and potentially even a gel 15 minutes before the actual race, just to give you a bit of a boost ready for the start line. Yeah, that's important, I think. But then coming in at number 4, I'd recommend having a warm-up. So the warm-up which I did before this park run was actually running from where I live to the park run, using that as a warm-up, and then timing the finish pretty close to when the start time is, with like 10 minutes before the start. Because generally with a warm-up, it can take up to 2 miles for your heart rate to stabilize into the sort of running state, and then also maybe on that warm-up do a few strides at the end, just to raise the intensity a bit, but try and stay warmed up until the actual start line, and then your body's ready to go without it being a massive shock to the system, suddenly having to sprint around a 5K park run. So yeah, warm-up's really, really useful. And then last but not least, I recommend on the actual race, at the beginning of the race, I try and work my way to the front of the pack if you're one of the faster ones, so you don't get bogged down with other runners sort of getting in the way and slowing you down if they're slower than you. So yeah, try and get to the front of the pack, and then just enjoy it and race people who have a similar pace to you. So this was a fun one which I did the other day, and I came first, and I hope that's useful. Tune in for the next one. Thanks, bye.